in the early morning, going up the Nile, which is magnificent. But this lovely view here, these, I suppose they're rocks, I couldn't call them
There's a
hills.
little town in the bottom there.
And a town. And we're quietly gliding up the river. Actually, I think it's down the river because we're going to Dendera, where we're going to visit the monument there. Now, it's calm, it's hot. They say it's 45 degrees yesterday, so we're going to have to put our hats and everything on and take bottles of water, and it looks magnificent. And that's looking back on the other side, some people in the boat. And let's get closer to them. And there are the palm trees, and at certain places there are people having a swim in the river, which we just passed. There's no one there at the moment. There's all kinds of activity across there, down the banks of the river. Now and again you see some waterfowl. Or people washing or bathing or whatever, as they've done for centuries, and we shall no doubt see evidence in tombs and things of that thousands of years ago for those trees. This is our first vision of Egypt because it was dark when we got in last night. And it's quite beautiful. And here's a closer view of a village at the side, on the bank, and a mosque. And some people. They're washing in the river, I think. Using the Nile, as it has been done for thousands of years. And here's somebody, I think, going to the field there with a basket under their arm. And it's so peaceful. It's so peaceful on this really peaceful river this morning. Now there's a lot of other people. And they are busy too. Swimming and in a boat. and back to our boat, which is gliding down the river. It started at 5 o'clock this morning Egyptian time, and we're on our way down the Nile in the direction of Cairo, but to Dendera. And a group of children playing, I think it could be all sorts of things. What are they doing? I think they could be washing, and there's some animals and some swimming. And in the river, now and again, you can see clumps of weed, which is in fact, it's water hyacinth clump, and sometimes a small clump. There, there's a clump, and you can see what that is. That's water hyacinth. It's come adrift from the shore somewhere. And back to our boat, I think. Cattle. I think. And down here somebody with a cow, I think. Oh yes. She's got him on a string, on a rope, or he, it's very difficult to tell, I think it's a he, in long flowing traditional garb. There's an interesting view. I think it looks as though this beast has got a hump. All this could be like images of centuries ago. And back to our boat. It's breakfast time. Donkey. Yes, what else was it?
Little boys having a swim with no clothes on.
That's right, so we can't miss him, can we?
Can I have some breakfast?
Come on, yeah.
So we're all going off to breakfast. I think it's...
How are we?
The goddess of cattle.
Is that her? I didn't
You two stuff like that.
You mustn't be rude about
At breakfast, and the other party looking grumpy. Of course the sound.
It's got sound.
Sorry? Oh, it has got sound, yes. If you speak, we will hear you very clearly.
Take it away.
Are you going to go around the
Deck at Dendera. We hope to enjoy that pool this afternoon. I think Gordon's decided this is where he's going to stay for the day.
But then I can actually edit it and transfer it onto a regular video tape.
That's that interesting yacht he's got. It looks as though it's made of palms. Here. Oh, the noises of birds, big black birds. In this tree. I think they're they look like a sort of jackdaw species.
Well, Quackpaw will tell you.
At last I've got them figured. Like a grey and black jackdaw. Going back down to the cabin. It's a very pleasant boat, and everyone's getting ready for going. We're just about to on land at Dendera. Off to Dendera. Beautiful boat.
To the middle of Africa at Lake Albert and Lake Victoria, and ends at the Mediterranean Sea and towards Alexandria and Rosetta. Lake Albert, Lake Victoria, Lake Tana. With the floods. Nobody in the cafes today. By the end, you remember who is Hathor, who is Horus, and who is Amun, who is Ra, all these gods of our mythology, ancient mythology. All right? So don't say, oh, it's terrible, you know, like being in a science class or mathematics class, you don't understand anything. It will come slowly by slowly. All right? Now the first thing is we're going to look for
Little hats. Turn round. We could perhaps adjust it.
Nice little sewing kit in here. You give me a ribbon.
Hat problems again.
Yeah, I think so.
There's Horus. Isn't that?
How are you this morning? Oh, you look lovely with your hat.
Up here.
On that one, you see the boat? You see the boat? This is the water of the sun. The ancient Egyptians believed that the sun travels on a boat 12 hours during the day, 12 hours during the night. Right? In Nubia. See, Nubia is the southern part of Egypt, which is behind south of Aswan. What is he going to do? He's going to kill everybody. So, to stop her, he poured a beer, and in the beer he poured blood. He got drunk, he calmed down. Full. And then the last part, it is the setting moon. Now, of course, if somebody comes and cleans this ceiling, which is, you know, it's, the colors are still there, but it's covered with so much, how to say, you know what the slack is? The Hathor figure that you saw there, the rays of the sun, they are narrow at the top, wider at the bottom. It's the same thing. When the rays of the sun, they come inside here, they are narrow and then they widen up down. Now, around this hall, you have chambers. They are used for different.
That's Hathor in the centre, Ptolemy here, and her son to the left.
But above is not Hathor and her son. Above Hathor and her husband, and the king of
It's melting as the bus goes along very slowly, all the other chaps all running along.
I was just thinking about
It must be at least 45 degrees today. We have just returned to our room to be met by this elegant creature. What do you think it is, Brenda?
it's a swan, I think, yeah? Definitely a
I
swan.
think it is. It's a large, flattish swan, but it's magnificent. Now I'm going to look at Brenda. She's got two as well. And here are Brenda's swans.
He's obviously into swans.
Yes, I think so. Birds. Oh, magnificent. Now, here we are. We've just had tea. And it's gone very much cooler. And people were coming out on the shore to do their various agricultural jobs,
Her own acid in life.
taking their cows home, carrying crops, and so on. The sun has gone down very rapidly, which we have just arrived at by dusk, well, almost. Arid and hot, although we're here at 6 o'clock in the morning to avoid the heat. It gets up to about 45 degrees in the afternoon, and across here we're near Hatshepsut's temple. I'm not going to be able to take much of this because we have to give in our cameras. Extras.
And
Hello.
take it to the tube.
Here we are. Our little party off.
Treasures. Actually, the government wants to excavate in this area, but they do not want to move from here because they know a lot of secret about this mountain. So they do not have any running water. On our way back, I will show you from where they get their water. The government built for them another village closer to the Nile, but they don't want to move. Every now and then there's a fight here between the police and the people, but they don't want to move. Now the balloon is on your right-hand side now, very close.
I'm going to rely on the Johnson camera.
Yes. The epitome of drought.
Sandstone, easier to carve.
We're going on this. You have to leave the Hatshepsut's temple being badgered by people trying to sell us things. It's about 45 degrees at the moment, well before midday, and we're about to go in here. Let's try closer. An effortless movement up the path.
Only a long haul back down.
Now we're going to the second story. Well, here's sunset on the Nile. Changes every second and the sun goes down very rapidly. It should disappear behind those trees almost as you look at it.
Smile nicely.
And we're coming up to Edfu Lock. What is it, John?
No, you were the last to
We've got football across here. Let's go for it. And we'll leave the evening with that sort of thought. People enjoying themselves. Everybody is out before the sun goes down. Cows and people.
We do go.
Moving with the boat. Yes, yes.
Well, the goats are walking down the bank. Black and white goat. I would like it.
That's a boat passing. And some fishers then. Here. Waving. We're near Edmund Lock, and these people suddenly appeared in boats who want to sell us things such as throwing up here. Unfortunately, they land in the swimming pool. We have to try and rescue them and throw them back again.
No.
Hello!
Yeah.
Second goal, John.
I'm just looking through that map. and people, the drivers bathing their horses, were going off for a ride to the local temple in these carriages this morning.
Number carriage 52.
Number carriage 52.
Number carriage 52.
Yes.
Mustafa.
Mustafa. I thought about that bloody horse today.
George has just fallen down a hole in the road and he's slightly recuperated.
These Egyptian peasants.
John, stop it.
Talking
Don't say
about
things like
a
that.
group of English people. In there.
Anne is now taking a video. Again.
Number carriage 52 Mustafa.
Mustafa.
Monsieur Mustafa.
You're Mustafa.
There's the police station. Bedford police station.
But you can see the joined wall from here quite easily. This is a Horus temple.
Oh, yes. You're thinking in terms of getting
Here's Horus. With the pharaoh. Oh, it looked rather cross. I think that's the call to prayer this evening. Right.
Take it over.
Not at the temple.
Others living in this area, Sobek and Horus. And as usual, Sobek was the bad guy, Horus was the good one. And everybody loved Horus. So Sobek was mad with him, was really fed up. He wanted to get rid of him. So he was so nasty to him that one day, excuse me?
The mummified crocodiles in here. That's an
Here. A little bit about medicine, because medicine in ancient Egypt, from papyri, those papyri are scattered all over the world in museums, and they actually have, they are named according to the museum in which they are kept. So from these papyri, we know that ancient Egyptians believed that diseases are due to bad spirits, or so most of the curing is either magical formulas and prayers and so on. And are formed in illness that can be cured and in illness that can't do anything about it. No, this one no, because this one was quite high. Yeah, but this one, I'll tell you now what happened to it.
This is Ra, sign of protection against evil. Wound to the side.
Where did you prepare it?
So,
Those, the The capitals, no, this is not papyrus. You will see papyrus when we go to Karnak temple. This is not papyrus. This is all Greco-Roman temple. This flower there, the second one. This that has this little flower in it in the middle. The papyrus is the big one. So this is what we call composite flowers, composite capitals. Now listen. Now the part we're standing here. This is the open court, and I've been asked if this temple was under sill, but actually this temple, this is the entrance pylon. I put this one in because we had to go from inside the open court. You didn't see the pylon, but you'll see it more when we go to Philae. You see what I mean by pylon, the two towers on both sides of the entrance. Now this is the open court. In the middle here there was an altar, and this is where they used to put the offerings for the temple. And I have to tell you that priests...
So shows like animals and... Or...
Yes, mostly animals.
Yeah.
Now, not person.
Oh, yeah. So what we read is more rubbish, yeah?
No. A lot of people think that ancient Egyptian buried women alive and killed women, and this is not true. Mostly, one is dedicated to Sobek, the crocodile, and the other one is dedicated to Horus. So you have exactly two entrances, two vestibules, two hypothetical vestibules, and so on, until you get to the center.
Brenda is examining the navels of these people down here. They're very interesting that all of them seem to have got large ones.
Now, you have to bear in mind that this temple was roofed, right?
And below here is Horus, and then left again.
Now, this is the oracle.
No, there's no water.
This must be the few examples of colour in this temple. Don't you?
How do they travel that way?
The high dam is further on. Sorry about the shakes.
Everything the way now. Damn.
But it's all going to be awful, actually, darling. This looks more like the desert as we think of it. Oh, sorry about that. On the way to Abu Simbel. Desert. We just arrived by air.
No, you're wasting your film.
رجاية أحمد يبقى اللي عارفة كده يكون إيه؟ سانتي كام؟
On the way over the hill. Around the Simbel. Is the first view of Abu Simbel.
And Nubia actually is the area behind Aswan or south of Aswan to north of Khartoum in Sudan. Now there are 6 cataracts all the way on the Nile. You know, cataracts are rocky formations that you're going to see this afternoon. One is in Egypt and the rest is all the way down south. Now, the area between the first and the second cataract, up to the second cataract, this is called Lower Nubia. South of the second cataract, this is called Upper Nubia. So always, during the whole history of the pharaonic time, this area was always a struggle between Egypt and the people of Nubia. Always. Because we wanted to go south for the gold. Because we knew there were gold mines here. Not only gold, soldiers, policemen, incense, wood, ivory, and they wanted to go north for Greenland, more Greenland. The facade of this temple, you see 4 seated statues of Ramses II. Actually, those 4 seated statues, they represent the pylon, the entrance of the temple. You see 2 on each side? Imagine those are the 2 pylons of the temple. They represent the king seated on his throne. He's wearing, if you take the last one on your left, he's wearing the double crown, the urea on his forehead, this is for protection. He's wearing the traditional headdress that we call the nemes, and then he's also wearing, but you can't see it from here, a short skirt, which is the dress of the pharaohs. Now, if you look more to higher up, you can see the rows of baboons. Baboons are related to the sun. Baboons usually dance and sing at the rising sun. So because this temple is facing the rising sun, so this is just one of the symbols of it. Now between those 2 statues, there's a figure in the middle. This is Rahorahti, yes, now. But it's also the name of Ramses II. When you will be coming closer, on one side of his hand, there is the feather of mat. On the other hand, there's a stick that we call usur. So usur is one, mat is the other one, and Ra is the sun disk. And this is the name of Ramses II, Usur, Mat, Ra. Okay? Now, on both sides of the statues, you have little figurines or little statues. Those are his children. Would you like to walk this temple first or that temple first? Whichever. And I think we go to this one first, so then we of different deities. Looking on this side, you have Ramses II, right? Smiting one of his enemies in front of whom? Here you will have Nefertari offering the system and towers gold color. Has been used in this temple, maybe because they want to say this is Nubia. Nubia has been named Nubia because of the gold mines, because Nub means gold.
Horror cars, yes. Offerings all set out. Ramses doing
the god of the Nile, happy. Ancient Egyptians believed that there was a man hidden in a cave in Upper Egypt, holding in his hand two vases, and out of these two vases he would pour water for the inundation. That's why water is giving life, so it's both male and female together. So that's why he presented in a very bisexual form. Now here they are holding two plants. On that side you can see the lotus, which always has a little flower on top, and on that side he is holding the papyrus. Now it means that in the middle this is the esophagus of the king, and then you have the two lungs down there.
African prisoners. Good. Ceremonial bath. And here's Ramses, rock steady, despite what's going on around him, including his chariot, looking up and down. Comes out, I think. This man-made mountain has popped up with this dome, which is made of concrete inside. This is the backstage Abu Simpson. And there's a cross section of the dome and the temple at the front.
Where's that? Do a few more then.
From here to here. Back at the airport. With wind and the tide, very hot, and there's a hot wind blowing, and he's had to go up. He's got these people in this boat, and here he is having to go up the mast to furl the mast. He started at the top of the mast, or near the top, and has worked down furling it, and here he is folding up taking the mast in. And there's his boat. We were going on a ride up to the botanical gardens in this afternoon. We decided, the tour manager decided that it was much too windy for that. Also up the mast, taking in the sails. Let's get the straight. Going down to Nile. Going by boat to the temple there.
Imperials.
Right next to the engine. You'll be there when it breaks down. Going back to ride. The landing
Right on the way back, right. That's the olive oil then. Like, I mean, you get, it's probably, you end up, it's better when it's not that.
Have been relocated. Actually, the original island is on that side, and you will see the place of it when you go around the temple. This island is called Angelica Island, and this is the island where the temple has been relocated. Now, on both sides of the entrance of the temple, now what you can see is on one side is the Ptolemaic king smiting again his enemy in front of, I don't know, this is either Isis or Hathor. I have to get near to see the hieroglyphics, but presumably this is Isis. Now on the upper row, this is the king making offerings in front of the divinity. Now not the opening, this is for the flag. No, this long thing that's not the same thing is for the flag, and then they hold the flag from up there.
Oh.
Now, if you walk a little that way, you will see that one side of the temple is completely chiseled and the other side is in a good condition. Why? Because as I told you, this is the last temple that has been used during paganism. So the Christians were here and they were trying to convince the people that Christianity is the religion, that those gods are useless. So they defaced one side and they said that to the people, if really those gods are useful, then, or they can do anything, then they can redo those reliefs.
And Hathor was also goddess of music. Now, this is one of the only two places we've been where there's been any musical instruments, and here we have a dwarf with a tambourine. But this is Hathor, who was also goddess of music. And this is another musical instrument. Don't know what this is. It looks a bit like the one they had in the hotel last night. The cataract, the old cataract. A harp. This is the close-up of the sail. Stuart, you'll be interested in this. It's furled by hand and they climb up to unfurl it. When it's furled, fasten it off again. The mast. And that's the other, unfurling the mast from the other boat. So off we go. I wonder if they're good knots like yours.
Good?
Yes,
Happy?
yes, very happy.
Welcome.
And there's the tiller man. Thomas Cook, Royal Rhapsody. The sail is being, it's just slightly folded. Instead of jibing, you use the boat and then puts the sail back. think he's here we come up the Botanical Garden. And the curved fair at the back of the sound of it. Garden. Here's Gordon admiring our bougainvillea.
With his usual bottle of Coca-Cola in his hand.
اهلا بالمظهر حسين تعال روح وانا طيب سيبوا لوحدك سيبوا لوحدك
What ho?
Sorry?
What ho is this? Too thin to kindle for roots.
Brenda, just bend forward.
No.
Come on. Bend forward.
Well, you should put it see it.
"7:30 in the morning at Edfu Lock." Actually, I think it's Edsa Lock. Esna Lock. I thought we all looked, some of us looked very nice indeed.
Some of us look like idiots.
Oh, I don't know.
So we couldn't go moustache over with it.
Oh, yes. That came out of the New Year's Eve cracker.
And mine was genuine.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Still a bit on the card.
How did you manage to do that? Let's have a look at a picture of him close up.
There's another man with a gun arrived.
That's a problem here. They're trying to open the bridge and Donkey's gone off with his mum.
The donkey can't still get his gun
That's passenger. I don't know what's going to happen to get this end.
Stays under the bridge.
Oh, she just made it. And this is the captain issuing orders down here. Very tight fit, this is. Familiar sounds, want money or sell us something. Oh no! No, stop. Just on deck.
Thanks. Taste
They're trying to negotiate with barge so that they can close the gate, lock gate, back. They had to put this barge in at an angle to get it in so they can close the gate. They've edged closer and closer to our boat, and I think they're just closing the gate. Let's see how far it's gone very easily. And here's the would-be captain. Hello.
Hello. Shukran.
Thank you very much.
Hello. There's one on the bridge. That's Orange Road. It's actually anchored on the far side. Because
Hordes of children seem to be descending on us. They're going to disappear.
محمد خط العلبة كله ما تخافش كله بجلجة واحد عشان يركب ما تخافش فيه كثير
Washing with buckets. And a rolled wire wall. And fronds of weed in the Nile. This is a very unusual scene for them, I think. This monster whale. We're departing. The ship's off, it's being washed, and they're going. He's washing himself, cooling down most likely. And they're making off on their bicycles. He's got a bicycle. They probably never go to school. That's the usual piece of the scene. There are the camels being loaded with, I think it looks like sugar cane. Gordon, what do you reckon those are?
sugar cane dryers.
I think that's the drying from on there.
No. These barges are there to ferry the remains of the sugarcane crop to the paper mill on the other side of the Nile. These piles of that's coarse straw. And these people cutting palm trees, the palms down. And here's a tree that's been shaved for the look of it.
Au moins signer cela parce que...
for the barge of Ammon. Now this column that you see in front of you has been reconstructed in 1923. Now actually you have to imagine that a lot of this temple has been reconstructed. It was not like this. I mean, when it was discovered or when they started being interested in the temple, it was in a bad state. Actually, in one of the pylon of Ramses II, for instance, they found a lot of blocks of stones that belonged to other temples, and those temples were being reconstructed on another side, on that side. All right? Now, we're going to visit this temple. It's a temple built by Ramses III. Do you remember his tomb? I just want you to go inside because this is one of the most complete temples that you will see, with all the elements that I told you about a temple, the pylon, the open court, the hypostyle hall, and then the sanctuary. So you will imagine in small how a temple was built according to the idea of creation and the mount. A papyrus roll or anything, because artists were not sure, or sculptors, that if they leave an opening in the middle, it will not collapse. So always you will find something in the hand.
Zaman with his double-feathered crown. And there is the great Hatshepsut obelisk.
How they choose the rock, how they cut the rock, how they cut the Now the problem comes here. What do they do when they come on site here? They construct a big funnel at the site where they want to erect the obelisk. It's large at the top, slightly larger than the base of the obelisk at the bottom.
His journey up to the Luxor temple is
On continue. Suivez les guides.
he's on his processional bark. Not very clear.
Qu'est-ce qu'ils ont fait de l'or qui était dessus? Il a été plié au
C'était plié de l'époque des prêtres.
Ah oui, c'est ça.
Oui. Mettez-vous là à l'ombre.
Back in Robert's time, and Mrs. Johnson.